Okay, my name is Matt Vangrood, and this is my sheep heart dissection for anatomy class at NDSCS, Anatomy and Physiology 221 with Nate Weber. Okay, so first, I think it's important to get accustomed to the orientation of the heart. Here we have the base, up here. Down here we have the apex of the heart. Okay, and for my dissection practical, I thought it would just be simpler to go and show you how blood circulates within the heart. That way we're hitting pretty much all of the major structures. Anyway, so we start with blood going in through the superior and inferior vena cava. Now we don't really have those structures present, but I can show you where they both enter through the heart. They both enter through this little hole right here, which enters in through the right atrium. I know it's this hole here because if I put my probe through, it goes right into the right atrium, right here. And here we have the right atrium, right here. So the blood enters in through the superior and inferior vena cava. At this point, it is deoxygenated blood and enters right in through the right atrium. Now, at that point, what we have here are, in the right ventricle, we have papillary muscles connected to, which papillary muscles are here, here, and here, another one up here, connected to chordae tendineae, which are these white little strings right here. And that is connected to the tricuspid valve, which is this little sheath way up here. There's one leaf, and there's another leaf up here, and another leaf, I believe, over here, at any rate. So, the papillary muscles pull down on the chordae tendineae, which pulls down on the tricuspid valve, which allows blood to enter in through the right atrium, down into the right ventricle, which is right here. You can tell it's right ventricle because the walls are not very thick. See, here is part of the muscle wall from the right atrium. Very thin. So then the blood then goes and gets pumped up through the pulmonary artery, which is right in here. Separate a little better. And here you can see the semilunar valve. It's this little pouch right here. That's one of them. And then on the other side is the other part of the semilunar valve, right here. So blood then pumps out of the heart and into the lungs, where it does get oxygenated. The oxygenated blood then comes back through the pulmonary veins, which are not present on this heart, and goes in through the pulmonary veins into the left atrium, which is right here. Right here. And then same process as with the right atrium. You've got chordae tendineae and papillary muscles. I'm trying to split this open a little better. You got papillary muscles right here. Right here, chordae tendineae, and the mitral valve sheath is right here. As you can see, the papillary muscles here are much larger than the papillary muscles on the right ventricle. That's how you know this is the left ventricle. Everything is just much bigger. And you've also got trabeculae carneae, these little muscle ridges right here. To give you a comparison, I showed you the right ventricle muscle wall before, right here, and the left ventricle muscle wall is a lot thicker, right here, because the left ventricle just has a lot more pressure to deal with in terms of blood pressure. So from the left vent, blood then travels up through the atrium, the aorta. Travels through the aorta, passes the aortic semilunar valves, which are somewhere in here. It was very difficult to find them. they're down in here somewhere. And you can tell that this is the aorta because look how thick this wall is surrounding everything. Very thick wall because it has to deal again with a lot of blood pressure. And then the blood travels down, and you've got coronary artery right about here. And I did have to cut the interventricular septum, simply just some muscle dividing the right atrium and the left atrium, so then I could get a better look at the artery, the coronary artery, which is right here. And then I do have the brachiocephalic trunk right here, which is composed of the common carotid artery and the right subclavian artery, here and here. And this is the trunk. So that about does it for my heart dissection video. Thank you very much.